Hey guys, it's Sarah. So it is 8:15 on the morning of day one, and I'm ready to get started on the BookBuddyAthon. I've actually been up for a couple hours, but we had a friend from out of town stay with us last night, so I was up and making breakfast and all that. But he just left, so I am going to go ahead and start with something not on my TBR. I have a review book that I'm reading right now that I was hoping to finish it last night, but I could not keep my eyes open anymore. But I have 40 minutes left on this review book that I'm reading, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that up right now so that I can have that done and make my notes for my review video. And then after that, I'm going to read the first 4 chapters of A History of Love by Nicole Krauss, which is my buddy read with Whitney. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. And then hopefully I'm going to try to get through A Monster Calls today. So that's kind of my goals, to finish my review book, read the first 4 chapters of History of Love, and then read this entire thing today. It's really short, lots of pictures, so I think that I can get through this whole thing today, no problem. Luckily it's Saturday, so we don't have to go anywhere or do anything. So my girls are watching a movie and we're just going to be chilling at home, and I'm going to be reading all day long. So I will check back in a little bit later. Okay guys, so it is getting towards the end of the first day. It's about 5:15 right now, and I've been in and out of reading pretty much. I did go ahead and finish my review book, which was Fallen Angel by David Lamore. So I finished that up really quickly and wrote my review notes and everything, so that'll be coming soon. And I then went ahead and started The History of Love by Nicole Krauss. And Whitney and I decided that we are going to try to read 4 chapters a day, and that kind of breaks it down to reading this over 4 days. And so we did read 4 chapters. It was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. It ended up being up to 92 pages. So read about 92 pages of this. So far it's a little confusing. I'm not quite sure how the characters all connect right now, because it seems like it's 2 completely different storylines, but they're supposed to connect somehow. I know that. It's a little confusing right now. So hopefully the more I read, the more that will come to life. But I just got invited to go out to dinner with some of my girlfriends tonight, so I'm gonna go, and I have about an hour left until I'm even gonna leave to go to the restaurant. So in that hour, I'm going to go ahead and pick up A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness and see if I can knock some of this out before. And then after that, I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more reading today, because by the time I get home, my husband should be home from work, or at least on his way home. So I'm planning just to spend the rest of the night hanging out with him. So yeah, I will check back in with you tomorrow, but so far, pretty solid start. Okay, so we are in the beginning of day 2. I think it's like maybe 9 o'clock right now. It's Mother's Day. I'm probably not gonna be getting a ton of reading done today, because I'm hanging out with my family, basically. My husband's off, so we're just gonna hang out. But I did start A Monster Calls last night, and I got 56 pages in, I think. It's really good. Very easy, quick read, and my goal is to get through that today, and then also to read the 4 chapters of A History of Love if I can do that. But tonight we're gonna go out for dinner for Mother's Day, and my husband and I are gonna watch a movie, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't think today's gonna be my most productive, but yeah, so I'll check back in later. Hey guys, so it's the morning of day 2. It's about 8:30. I just dropped off my girls at school and I ran a couple errands, and now I'm heading home. Not such a great reading day for me yesterday. It was Mother's Day. We did spend most of the day at home. At night we did go out. We went to a park and let the girls play, and then we went and had dinner and all that. And then my husband and I watched Spectre last night, the James Bond movie. I hadn't seen that. Neither one of us had seen it, so we watched that. So I did during the day kind of find myself very distracted. I did read 40 pages of A History of Love, and I'm still confused. So I'm hoping it's gonna like start connecting soon, because I'm like halfway through the book now, and I'm kind of like, I still have no clue what's happening. But my goal today is to finish A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I'm on page 80, and there's only 205 pages, so there's no reason for me not to be able to get that done. So I'm going to do that today. That is my #1 goal. And then when I'm finished that, just whatever else I can in The History of Love. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to be able to read 4 chapters, but we'll see. Hey guys, so it's the beginning of, oh my gosh, day 4? We're more than halfway done now. Oh my gosh. Okay, my hair had to go up today because it's really super windy outside. It's so dumb, the weather right now. But I have 3.5-ish, maybe a little bit less hours of uninterrupted reading time right now. My husband's at work, my girls are in school. I have until 11:50 this morning. It's 8:30 right now, so I have like 3 hours and 20 minutes and I can just sit here and read. So I'm in my comfy chair in my bedroom. I have beverages. I have some coffee here that I grabbed on the way home from school pickup and some water for later. And I have a snack. I did just eat breakfast, but I grabbed like a protein bar too. So I'm sitting in the chair and I'm not moving for the next 3 hours and 20 minutes. Like, I'm not kidding. I finished A Monster Calls last night. Loved it. 5 stars. It was really beautiful. It was very haunting and a lot sadder than I thought it was going to be, but so good. So good. And I'm definitely going to want to watch the movie when it comes out later this year as well. Yeah, it was so good. It took me longer to read than I thought it was going to take, just because I just had a couple of days there where I just could not sit down for a long period of time and just bust out some reading. So it took me longer than I thought, but I still loved it. I also made a little bit more progress in The History of Love. I'm on page 152 right now, which is a little more than halfway. I'm still confused. It's taking a long time to kind of get to the point of the actual story of the book. Right now, it just seems like there's 2 different storylines, and I'm not seeing how they go together. There's been tiny hints, but nothing that's given me like a clear idea of anything, and it's kind of frustrating me a little bit. And the writing is wonderful. It's beautiful writing, but the way the story is being told is really strange. I'll talk more about that later. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm it's feeling like a little bit of a chore, that one, but I'm still going to push through. Right now, though, I'm sitting here. I'm going to start The Elite by Kira Cass. This is book 2 in the Selection series. I read the Selection last month and loved it so much, so I definitely wanted to get my hands on this one. This is a friend of mine's. I'm borrowing it from her, and another friend of ours wants to borrow it too, so she's hounding me right now. Like, unashamedly, she's hounding me. She's like, have you started it yet? Because I need it. I'm starting it now. So I know that this one's going to go quickly, though. Honestly, I'll probably spend most of the day today reading this book because I know I'm just going to completely devour it. All right, that's it. So I will check back in with you guys again a little bit later. Hey guys, so morning of day 5. It's about 8:30 right now, and I'm back in my chair in my room. This has kind of been my favorite reading spot for right now. So yesterday, I did not check back in at night, but yesterday I finished The Elite. So I read this entire book in one day. This was like 324 pages, and I read all of it yesterday. That is insane for me. So these are the perfect readathon books because they're very easy to read. They go really quickly and they're addicting. I didn't want to put it down. I wanted to keep finding out what was going to happen. And right when it started getting to a point where I needed something to happen, something happened, and it was usually pretty big and I wasn't expecting it. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I gave this one 4 stars. The Selection I gave 5, but this one I gave 4 because America kind of drove me nuts in this one a little bit. She was very selfish, and I found myself saying more than once, let Maxon speak. Let the man speak. Like, you're not getting his side of anything. She's just feeling what she's feeling and casting everyone else off. So that kind of drove me nuts a little bit. Didn't hinder me from enjoying it, though. So 4 stars for this one. Loved it. So that's 2 books down now. Today on the agenda is The History of Love, and I'm planning to finish this today. I'm on page 163, and there are 252 pages, so I have 89 pages left. If I can really make an effort to concentrate like I did yesterday, which is what I'm planning to do right now, I can finish this today, and that's my goal, is to finish this whole book today. So, yeah, still a little bit confused, though. I read a chapter last night, and I'm still confused. I don't know. We'll see. It has 89 pages to start making sense. So yeah, that's my plan today. And then if I can finish The History of Love and I still have time to read later, I'm probably going to pick up Charm and Strange. I considered picking up The One, which is the next book in the Selection series, but that's not on my TBR, and I'm going to try to stick to my TBR. I really considered breaking away, but I was like, no, I'm going to stick with it because I break away all the time. So if I can finish History of Love with time left over today, I'm going to pick up Charm and Strange and try to start working my way through that one. And that is the one that Whitney picked for me to read. So I want to make sure I get to that one as well. All right, that's it for me. So I will check back in again with you a little bit later. We do have plans tonight. My daughter has a church graduation thing she's going to, so I got to take her to that after dinner. And then hopefully I'll just have some more time later tonight to read. My husband just got a new video game in the mail. He got Uncharted 4, so I'm probably not going to see him for a while. He'll be playing that, which is fine. But yeah, he's been waiting for that for like a year, so he's really excited to play that game. So I'll just sit next to him and read while he plays. Okay, I will check back in again a little bit later. Hey guys, all right, so it's almost 11:30 and I just wanted to check in one more time. I switched, I'm still on my chair, like I'm on the footstool, I guess. But when I was with my back sitting in the chair like normal, like this is how I normally sit in it, the lighting was too harsh. Like it was weird. It was hurting my eyes. So I just switched around for a second so I could film this. I just finished The History of Love. It finally started making sense and everything kind of pulled together. And I did enjoy the way that it ended. I thought it tied it up very nicely. I am going to give it a 3 stars just because it really, for me, just took way too long to get to the point of the story. So I found myself getting frustrated and bored a little bit. But I ended up getting it and enjoying it. So 3 stars. It's a literary fiction, so I'm just not sure if that's really my genre. Every time I try to read a literary fiction, I find that I get bored, I get confused, I'm not really sure how, like, I don't know. It goes all over the place, and then I'm left kind of having to guess on what's happening, and I'm just, I don't want to guess, just tell me. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to give a few more a try and see how that goes. So since it's 11:30, I have to go pick up my daughter here soon from preschool and maybe just do a couple things, but I am going to start working on Charm and Strange by Stephanie Kuhn. This is the book that Whitney picked for me. So this is only 213 pages, so I'm confident that I can get through this before the end of the readathon. And then I do have one more on my TBR, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it, honestly. So if I finish this one, that will be 4 books completed. So well, technically 5 because I finished up a review book on the first day. It was only like 40 minutes, but still counts. I finished it. So yeah, so this is going to be my goal for the rest of the readathon. If I can get through this super, super quick, maybe I can start The Winter's Curse. We'll have to see how that goes. But this is going to be my main focus. So yeah, super excited. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys again soon. Okay guys, so it's actually day 7. So I did not vlog yesterday because I didn't read at all. I think I read like maybe 7 pages in Charm and Strange by Stephanie Kuhn. It's interesting. But yeah, yesterday I kind of woke up and I felt like I hadn't done anything all week except read, which is supposed to be the point, but I don't know. I felt a little scatterbrained. I felt like I needed to kind of get some stuff done and, you know, kind of get it off my brain so that I could concentrate on reading because I felt myself being very distracted. So yeah, I took a break yesterday. Like I said, I read about 7 pages when I went to bed last night and that's about it. But today we're going to have to see how it goes. I have a couple errands I have to go run right now. And then tonight I'm going to have a movie night with a friend of mine, so I'm not 100% sure how much reading I'm going to be able to get done today either. But I'll try. So I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm going to be working on Charm and Strange, and we'll just have to see how it goes. But I will definitely check in for one last time later tonight and talk to you then. Okay guys, so it's actually Saturday morning, so it's the day after the readathon has ended, and yesterday I ended up not reading anything, actually. The first day in a long time I didn't read at all. Yesterday actually ended up being a lot of prep for our Disney trip that we have coming up here really soon, so my husband was off and we kind of needed to take advantage of that and got a lot of stuff done in preparation for that, so. Yeah, but overall, I'm really happy with how I did with the readathon. I ended up completing 4 books, including my review book that I had at the beginning, and it was only like 45 minutes, and then I finished it, but I finished it, so I'm counting it. So that was Fallen Angel by David Lamore, and I will have a review video up for that very soon. And then I read cover to cover, I read A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, The Elite by Kira Cass, and A History of Love by Nicole Krauss. And then I did read about 20 or 30 pages of Charming Strange. And it's intriguing, so I will definitely continue and read that this week. But yeah, I'm really happy with how I did, even though the last 2 days were pretty much a fail. I really enjoyed being a buddy with Whitney. She was a great buddy. We checked in with each other every day and helped each other be held accountable. Excuse me. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thank you, Whitney. It was a lot of fun getting to know you and talking every day. And I enjoyed that we kind of felt the same way about the buddy read that we had. So that was good. So yeah, and thank you, Elena, for hosting this, and Sam at Cold Tea and Crumbs as well. This is a really fun one. I just like the sense of community that it has, and that, you know, you're definitely meeting new people every time. So it was a lot of fun. And I read 3 full cover-to-cover books this week, and that's insane for me. So I had a lot of fun, and if they decide to host another one of these readathons, I will definitely be joining in again next time. All right, so I am going to go, and I will talk to you guys again later. Have a great day. Bye.